So what it is, I'm accepting what is required of me in this life, and it has a lot to do with ruffling feathers and stepping on toes and kind of shaking the room, and that can have many negative connotations, and those negative things, being seen as disruptive or unruly. I've been called like the contrarian. It makes you feel like you're doing something wrong, and I've learned that my intent is always leading with love. My intent is always leading with the betterment, and so I see this cardinal right now, and I just be staring at them like, so beautiful. You know what that means. So I'm starting to lean more into my natural ability to make an impact. That's really all I'm trying to get at, like, I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover, and sometimes that can come off as me taking the road less traveled, and sort of thinking outside the box, if you will, I grew up, I feel like free thinking wasn't really encouraged. I won't say that like I was ever put down or like my personality was like suppressed or anything like that. Like I would never say that, but it also wasn't truly nurtured, like my voice, I feel like, and just encouraged to speak your mind or say how you feel. And because of that, I've carried that into adulthood and learned a lot of things, and it's made me very emotionally inclined, is what I want to say. Like, so I'm just very aware, and very sensitive. It's something that I've learned about myself and have learned to be more open to, because I think a lot of the times, like, we're taught to like fix our attitude, straighten your face, and not really taught how to process how we feel or how to even identify it, So we just kind of navigate life looking for things outside of ourselves to confirm or affirm us. And I think I did that for so long, that I wasn't truly living for myself, after a while. And that began to feel more uncomfortable than like being stuck or remaining the same, staying in the same place. I've made a few pivots in my life where I haven't done things conventionally, and because of that, I have developed a lot of new ways of thinking. I've developed a different belief system, or in addition to how I grew up, and being more emotionally aware and intuitive, it allows me to receive what I need from the divine, like, to be honest. I can be as confident as I am in my voice because I know where where the source of my strength and my clarity, and my understanding of self, I know where that comes from. So I can stand firmly in who I am and in my authenticity, and know that simply by existing, I am pleasing to spirit, God, the universe. I believe more than one or two things can be true. All I'm here to do, I believe, is exist and explore and express authentically. I believe that is my purpose, and I'm here to share that desire in hopes of inspiring and igniting something within you that will ultimately ruffle fucking the world, and cause a, what am I trying to say, like a domino effect, or just inspiration and evolution. I'm all about evolution. I'm all about growth. I'm all about, just being intentional. I've become a very intentional person, and it's very important for me to remain calm and remain grounded. Like I said, I can be sensitive, and it takes me time to process. And I'm giving myself grace, just giving myself grace. Something that I'm big on right now is just working on building my confidence. I realize that I'm in a space where I'm ready to be seen, and then when I'm being seen, I feel uncomfortable, or I feel self-conscious or insecure. And it's like, I don't want to be, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to work on it. And then I'm like, girl, like, we haven't done this in a while. You know what I'm saying? We haven't been this way in a while, or haven't felt, drawn to the spotlight. So we kind of got to practice. Like, we kind of have to train ourselves to be in those spaces and be normal. Like, I'm not trying to put on an air or appear to be confident. It shouldn't be an act. It shouldn't be something that we have to, put on. It should be natural. And I feel like that confidence has not been coming to me naturally. It's more subtle. And I want to be, I want to be more self-assured and self-validated, so I'm just, that's where I'm at. So how are you actively cultivating confidence in your life? Like, what are you doing to strengthen that muscle? Because I feel like believing in yourself is a flex. Okay, believing in yourself is like major flex, and when I think about flexing, I think about flexing a muscle, right? And that muscle is confidence. Confidence has to be like worked out. It has to be strengthened, it has to be, it's like gut, like solar plexus, like that is your willpower and your strength, like your personal power. So that muscle has to be strengthened, especially as you become an adult, as you get older, and so, and as you're evolving and unlocking new levels of yourself, because that is what it's all about. It's about unlocking the next level, and we gotta like go through shit to become that next person. It's just like, you had to lose that job, or you had to not be with that person, or not graduate or whatever the case may be, where it might have felt like something went wrong, it had to happen so you can unlock this next level. It gives you another level of confidence when you're able to overcome shit. So I'm in another level. I'm in another era. I done overcame some shit. I'm sitting back. I'm sitting back and receiving. So I'm trying to get my posture in order. That's really what it is. Because I've been working on my heart posture, and now I'm trying to get, before I expect that validation from other people or to be seen and respected, and I have to give that to myself first. I have to treat myself first, you know what I'm saying, before I expect other people to believe in that. I'm just trying to be more confident. So if that means putting yourself in position to be seen more often, then that's just what we're gonna do. Challenging yourself, getting closer to your body, getting more in tune with your body, moving more, dancing more, shaking some ass. You know what I mean? Looking at your body in the mirror, getting naked and looking at your body, looking everywhere, getting familiar with yourself. Even I feel like aromatherapy and things like that kind of just open up your sensuality, because I feel like we are more confident when we're comfortable and not in the limiting way, not in the comfort zone, not comfort zone confidence, but when you feel secure, it's you exude confidence. It doesn't have to be, so we have to practice getting comfortable being uncomfortable in a way. Like I said, working with the ebbs and flows. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up, I don't know what this video may look like, because I'm just out here just yapping, okay? And so I might just chop this up and just make it a little janky little video. But if you've made it this far, if you've made it to the end, this will be the end. If you've made it here, I appreciate you. I love you. And I hope that this message was something that you needed to hear and that can help. I'm trying to just normalize vulnerability, normalize using my voice, being confident, being comfortable in my skin, and allowing people to see me think and process and all that.